As the calendar gets set to flip to November, the stage is set on a clear and mild night in Senatobia, Mississippi. A division championship is on the line. A playoff berth is on the line. It is the regular season finale as the Northwest Rangers play host to the Itawamba Indians. What's up? What's happening, everybody? Welcome inside Ranger Stadium on the campus of Northwest Mississippi Community College. Alongside the former Memphis Tiger and six-year NFL vet Russell Copeland, I'm Matt Infield. Big early decision by Benji Parker. Snap the fan. Fan went right, throws it back left. Touchdown, Rangers! So 2nd and 19 at the 36 for Itawamba. Bailey, four-man rush, trying to escape to his left. Flag comes down. Bailey's going to toss it downfield, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dre Riley. We'll check the flag.
Across the middle of the field.
Fan, swing pass to Pope out in the flat. Pope looking for the first down, spins off a defender, still on his feet. Pope still alive, he scores! Bailey, a little more time, and it runs out. Jerry Wall III with a dominant second half. Another sack for him, and that's going to push Itawamba back near midfield. A huge break for Northwest. Handoff up the middle, and finally getting some running room for a pickup of about 5.
A little daylight there for Juju Pope there with the outside zone. This is the first time that this offensive line has had some penetration to be able to push against this defensive line.
Rangers right back up to the line of scrimmage. Throw to the outside. Caught that time. And spinning with the first down is Trailer.
Time and route to the outside, 5-yard stop. Trailer is able to pick up the first down. I like what Nico Fan was able to do. He saw the defense that he wanted. Ball comes out of his hands quickly. Hopefully this can get Nico Fan into a rhythm where they can push the football down the field.
Russell, let me ask you about that Itawamba play that resulted in the fumble. The direct snap to the running back. When you've got it working the way they did, what do you think about that call?
I think, you're moving the football. I think they believed in their offensive line to be able to pick up that first down.
Hope running outside. No room that time. Dumped for a loss. That was Amir Scarver, who's made his name and his presence felt a couple times early in this game. He's going to set up second and long for the Rangers.
Yeah, this defense is really too fast to try to get some things outside. I would like to use and run the football behind my center and my guard through the A and B gaps to try to hit them up front, but there's no room to the outside. Defense has been flowing too well early on.
Pope, 7 yards on 4 carries so far. Handoff, or fake the handoff, excuse me. Outside the numbers, good throw, on time that time from Fan. And there is Keon Hutchins, who had that big drop earlier, converting the first down.
Great time and pattern from Nico Fan there to the deep comeback. Keon Hutchins, you know that he can fly and he can go deep. Cornerback to the outside, giving him space, time and pattern on the comeback, picks up the first down.
Ranger offense cooking a little bit. 1st and 10 at the Itawamba 31. Fan drops back. Fan lets it fly to the outside. Whole shot. Oh, what a throw. Perfectly placed.
Great throw by Nico Fan there on the deep post corner over the outstretched hands of a defender there right on the sideline. That's an excellent pass there, too.
MJ Johnson.
Yes, MJ Johnson makes an outstanding catch. But what about the throw? You're talking about the height to be able to get the ball placement over underneath defender there, right on time on the sideline. That's the type of completion and play this offense needed.
And a timeout called by Itawamba. Russell, what do you call that? I didn't play quarterback. I didn't play football growing up. You call that the whole shot, right? Over the linebacker, but before the safety could get there.
Well, it's a deep post corner, and you take advantage of the secondary there. You're in cover 2 where you have a safety on the hash, and you have another cornerback that's going to be underneath. His ball placement was perfect right between the cornerback and the safety to the sideline. You call that a 7 route or a deep post corner.
Rangers inside the weight incorporated green zone for the first time tonight. Ball at the Itawamba 11 coming out of this timeout. Perfect throw, great catch, great concentration by MJ Johnson along the boundary as well.
And the offensive line gave the time needed for that deep pass pattern down the field.
Northwest offense on the move at the Itawamba 11. Fan Design QB run, not much there, but he gets out of the first tackle, then brought down. Caldwell had him for a moment. Fans somehow pulled the Houdini act and got out of that, but then Itawamba had a few friends on the way.
Really impressed by this defense. Caldwell has had penetration throughout. In Amir Scarver, the speed that he has from the outside to be able to get into the backfield, it's been really impressed thus far with this Itawamba defense.
Well, Fan did get back to the line of scrimmage, so it is 2nd and 10. And the pistol formation, fake the handoff. Back at a lot of contact. No flag. Looking for a trailer.
Cornerback, a Darian Pattern there. Excellent coverage, and you look at Traylor looking for a flag, but he's not able to cross the face on the slant pattern there. That's excellent coverage by the cornerback.
Northwest with their best drive of the game so far after the fumble recovery when nothing was going their way, but trying to capitalize on it. 3 receivers to the left. Itawamba jumped for a moment, but he got back on sides in time. Pope in the backfield alongside Fan. Northwest looking for their first points of the game with 6:43 to play in the first half. Motion Pope to his left. Pope up the middle. Pope with a little bit of running room. And he's brought down at the 4. Russell, I imagine the run there probably means you're at least thinking about going for it.
Well, due to Pope there's able to gets his pads level and be able to get close to the first down. But that's a really good push by this offensive line.
Here comes some bigger bodies into the game. Trailer going to check out. Jamel Johnson, the big tight end out of Oxford, into the game. 4th and 3 from the Itawamba 4.
Well, right now they have 12 personnel, which is going to be an H-back and a tight end or 2 tight end type of bodies there to be able to get the blocking that you need to be able to perhaps get this football in the end zone.
Big early decision by Benji Parker. Snap the Fan. Fan, went right, throws it back left. Touchdown, Rangers!
Great play call by Stan Hill there. Seems like you're rolling to the right and you do a throwback to Jess Olowski, your tight end, for the touchdown. Excellent play call by Stan Hill.
Reed Jeziolowski, 4th touchdown of the season, now 2nd on the team in that category. And the Rangers on 4th and 3 go for it, and it pays off in a big way, an extra point away from tying this game.